Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Time of Possession. We got a jam-packed episode for you this evening, or morning, or afternoon, whenever you're hearing this. First of all, thank you for being with us. Thank you for tuning in and listening. Got a jam-packed show, as I said, boys. I'm all caffeinated and hyped up. How are we doing?
Doing good. Doing good. How about you, Jared?
I am somewhere in the middle. I had a hellish week at work. I'm burnt out from working, so I had like these last 2 days off, which is nice. But then I gotta go back and grind. So there's that.
Got to make
Had
that
a
money,
pretty
man.
long week as well. Yeah,
I did too. I
a lot going on.
But what we as we always do, we like to focus on the positive side of things. So we're gonna start with the best thing that happened to us this week. We are expanding it though. Best thing in the last couple weeks because we have not recorded in a minute. When the Lakers got eliminated, we ran like cowards. But now, as Jared, we were talking about it before. The Celtics and the Nuggets got eliminated, so we're back, baby. But yeah, that might be the best thing that's happened to me this week. But anybody want to start with that? Who wants to start? Your best thing.
I guess I'll go. So last weekend, Saturday, apparently my cat went missing, and as of yesterday,
Positive.
Why
she's
is that?
back. She's
What do you?
back. She's right
Okay,
there.
back. Okay,
Oh,
good,
that's crazy. Wow, a
good,
whole
good.
week.
Yeah, she was gone a week. We did not know where she went. We walked up and down, like, the neighborhood, walked around the house, checked all the nooks and crannies. We even put up missing posters kind of on the road of our neighborhood. And then Saturday morning, my mom FaceTimes my sister and just shows that she just randomly reappeared again. And we are positive
Dude,
it is her because all the qualities are there. And 5 minutes being back, she immediately went to the food bowl. So we're back. I see.
Imagine if it was a different cat.
No, it is
That'd be
it
crazy.
is definitely not a different cat. Definitely not.
nice.
That would be wild, though.
Dude, cats do that, man. Like my family
Hmm.
has a bunch of cats, man. They just come and go as they please, dude. They just
Seriously.
My other cat, Clyde, he's the old man right now. When he goes outside, he always comes back. He does not stray far. He's
yeah,
like, I gotta come back because my territory.
yeah. And you feed them. So,
Yeah.
Tyler, how about you?
Something pretty cool I got to do yesterday. I got to MC our Reading Rodeo Parade, so that was pretty sick.
Oh, that sounds cool. How
Yeah,
how how
I don't
does
know if
one
you saw me
how does one
post that,
MC
Jared.
a
Yeah.
radio
You
or
were.
a rodeo? Oh,
Um, how do I get to MC? Well,
how do you like what'd you do
what do you mean? Like,
what'd you do at the event? Like what'd you say? What
oh,
happened?
oh, oh. So they had a whole script for like every single like float and everything, and it wasn't perfect. Like, I don't think any parade ever seems to be smooth, but there was stuff like out of order that we had to like be like, oh my God, this is over here. That didn't go. We need to switch this. This is a different number coming up. Like, kind of flip the papers on the fly. But it was cool. It was fun. I got to be animated. Threw a little country accent in there at times, which I
Oh
was a
my
little embarrassed of, but it was funny.
You should have
God.
started
So
singing like
yeah.
Jelly Roll or something like that.
And you spent too long in the valley, man.
Oh my gosh.
That's what
Yeah.
that's what Central Valley does to you.
I think I had a pretty crappy work week as well, and then my car blew a tire, and I had to I had to get a new tire and everything. So like this week was just hell. But
Damn.
a couple weeks ago, Alex and I we went to Tigers game, so that was cool. Go to a Tigers game. See, they played the Rangers. I got to see a Cy Young pitcher, so that was awesome.
Two
Yeah, I mean,
bowl.
and and they had fireworks because it was a Friday night, and yeah, it was awesome.
You were excited about them
Fun,
wearing
fun.
their City Connects too.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
man, the Detroit City Connects are kind of nice. They're kind of fire, at least in person. You
Yeah,
know,
my dad's girlfriend does not share the same sentiment. She does not like the black and blue, and I'm like, how could you not like those? But
black unis go hard,
yeah,
no
but I'm
matter
like,
what.
but you somehow, I think she likes the
She
Giants
likes
ones.
Cleveland. Oh,
I
Giants.
hate the Giants ones. I don't understand.
Giants are.
My
I
dad
think those are
loves
pretty
the
cool,
Cleveland.
honestly.
My dad loves
I
the
mean, if
Cleveland one.
they're winning, sure. Like, I don't know.
But yeah,
If I were to get a City Connect uniform, it's gonna say "Grandson of the Wind" on the back,
Grants.
or whatever Young Lee's name is. Anyways, all right, let's
That's
get into
hard.
games. We had a blowout of a game 7 in the NBA. A trip to the Western Conference Finals on the line. The Thunder uh, just dominated the Nuggets.
The second
That
half.
I mean, yeah, that second
The
quarter they
second
had
quarter. The second
second
quarter
quarter
was
they had a
yeah.
run late into it, and
Hmm.
then the second half, but it was all gas, no brakes. And I mean,
Surprised
you look
Aaron
at the
Gordon even played, man. I mean,
he should not have.
no.
It was a grade 2 hamstring, so he should not have been out there, but he was.
Curry was
You
sitting
got
for a week with a grade 1.
yeah, yeah. Michael Porter Jr. continued to give them nothing. Nikola Jokic did not. I mean, he was good but it's Jokic, and you have to hold stars to their standard. This was not his standard, so he deserves blame. Jamal Murray, what happened to playoff Jamal?
Yikes.
He only shows up against the Lakers. I get
He's
13
apparently
points.
sick the last
Okay,
two
I mean,
games, but
get an IV drip in there, man. Eat your vitamins and go play
something.
basketball. I don't know what to tell
Yeah.
you. Westbrook was painful in this one, and he has been for the last couple of games.
Yeah, shout out to Liv
And
of Nuggets Twitter who said Nikola Jokic elevates everybody that plays with. Because
oh
I
yeah,
saw Westbrook's box score did not eclipse 10 points once in that series against the Thunder.
Yep.
Was
yeah,
straight
Compared to
up
what he was
ass.
doing against the Clippers. Yeah.
yeah. And of course the Thunder. Uh, they're a super deep team, but Shea Gilgeous-Alexander was the story. 35 points. Jalen Williams had a bounce back game. He had 24. Chet had a double double. Hartenstein was good defending Jokic for the most part. And yeah, I mean Caruso. I
Russo
miss
was
him.
huge on
I miss
defense,
him very
man.
much. He was big in this series overall.
Hmm.
Yeah, so
We'll never
Nuggets
forgive.
could not shoot the ball. Very bad from three. Under 40% from the field overall, which is not good at all, despite out rebounding the Thunder.
Mm.
And yeah, those assist numbers, only 20 on the night, not very Jokic like. And 22 turnovers. You're never
Losing
going
the
to win
game.
the game doing that. 22 turnovers is insane, man. That's
Yeah,
insane.
there's a stretch where they turned it over because all the Nuggets were trying to do was force it to Jokic to start their offense, and Caruso picked it off. I think Shai picked it off. Like they were just grabbing it every time they tried to feed it to him.
Yeah. Points in the paint. I mean, that 20, 22 plus in favor of the Thunder. They kind of found the formula for beating Jokic, and it was the same formula that the bubble Lakers had, where you had multiple big bodies to throw at him. You had Anthony Davis and Dwight Howard, and these guys have Chet and Hartenstein, and they're always doubling him. And yeah, I mean, if you want to beat the Nuggets, you need to have multiple bigs to throw at them. Hint, hint at the LA Lakers. Sign a couple of big guys, and maybe we'll have a chance next year. But yeah, um, the Thunder, they dominated today, and I think they kind of showed that. And going into this game, by the way, I was leaning towards picking. I didn't pick because we haven't recorded, but I was thinking the Nuggets were gonna just win this and then kind of control their own destiny going back to win another ring, and that did not happen. I just thought that with all the experience this team had, that they would have given us a better performance than they did today.
I'm just gonna say once the news about Aaron Gordon's hamstring came up,
Yep.
I knew it was wraps because
100%.
he's been their second best player in this series aside from
He had
Jokic. He was the
playoff
reason
career
they won.
highs.
He was the reason they won Game 1. I saw it. He hit the
Mhm.
clutch 3. Chet
Yep.
misses the free throws. Boom, over. Like once I saw that, I went, well, there it goes. It's
Yeah, he had playoff career highs. He was their second guy. I mean, it really, Jamal Murray wasn't the second, and that's saying a lot.
He
Like
wasn't
that's
playing the
crazy.
Lakers. That's just what I was saying. Like I was at my buddy's house. We're watching, I think, just game one, and Murray's missing all these shots. I'm like, well, if it's the Lakers, he's hitting all these in his sleep. Big trust.
Yeah. Yeah, and honestly, I just expected more from Jokic. I mean, this was not the closeout game that, we expected from him. But we move on to the West and the Eastern Conference Finals. Game one is on Tuesday, right? Tuesday, I believe.
Yep.
Yes, they start Tuesday, and then the Knicks and Pacers start on Wednesday.
Wednesday.
So Thunder, Timberwolves, the 1 and the 6 seed. Oklahoma City comes in favored by 7.5. That is kind of surprising, considering that the Timberwolves have been resting. I guess, granted, it is in OKC. So, yeah, I don't want to really give like a game one guess of who's going to win. I just want to ask you guys, which way are we leaning in both of these series? What are your finals predictions, and who do you think is winning the championship at this point? Because this is not a Final Four I envisioned at all.
No.
And I don't think many people envisioned,
The Cavs
Shea,
and Celtics going out? No.
yeah. Shea has a chance to get his first ring. Ant has a chance to get his first ring. Tyrese Halliburton, of all players, he's not overrated anymore, ladies and gentlemen. Back-to-back conference finals for the Pacers, by the way. And last year, Hallie didn't get to play in that one because he got hurt. And then
Yep.
Jalen Brunson, who is the clutchest player in the league, like a left-handed freaking Kobe dude. He, I don't know. I don't know which way I'm leaning. Which way are you guys leaning?
Before you go, Tyler, I'm just going to say this. Two things. One, I want to give a shout out to WWE for predicting this year's Eastern Conference Finals, because in July of last year in MSG, they had a Tyrese Halliburton
I saw.
come
Yeah.
and assist Logan Paul and Jalen Brunson's ringside, and he hops the barricade to stop Tyrese, and they have a little bit of a face-off. And of course, they tweet like it was all part of the plan, like we read the script. But
Like a year ago, yeah. Uh-huh.
It was back in July they did it. So, but anyway, and then two.
And the funny thing is Jared believes that too. Just the way he's saying it, he actually like believes it.
You forget I'm the more superstitious one of the three of us here. So,
Well, speaking of superstitions, I guess kind of a little quick tangent. Big week, last couple weeks for the NBA is rigged crowd, because the Mavs having the number one pick is kind of nuts too.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I'll let you. I want to hear you.
Happen.
I want you to rant about that once we're done with this, doing our finals thing. But this is the one that's more important, guys. One, this is a breath of fresh air for a Final Four.
Yeah.
We are going to witness.
Basketball fans.
We are going to witness somebody winning their first championship, or at worst, their first in the last 50 years. The last time the Knicks were in the Eastern Conference Finals, I was still being created in my mother's womb. I was not born yet when they were in the Eastern Conference Finals.
none of us are, dude. None of us were.
None of us were, Jared.
I'm not that old, man.
Yeah, 2000
Lord.
2000 was the last year. But yeah,
Close.
it's going to be it's going to be interesting. I'm glad it's not like Celtics Pacers again, cuz then I'd be like, well, gee, I wonder what the finals are going to be, but I'm just going to enjoy this, even though we were pretty pressed about the draft lottery.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute,
But if I'll go first here. I'll go ahead and name my finals. I'm gonna continue to ride with Ant. They win the West, because I think this should have been the Western Conference Finals matchup last season, if not for Luka. Because remember, he knocked out both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Him and Kyrie, and then Yeah, so I'll have the Wolves coming out of the West, and I think with this one, oh my God, I don't even know if New York's
That's a
gonna.
tough
I don't
one.
know if
That's
New
a
York's still gonna
toss-up.
be standing, but I'm gonna take the Knicks, and that does not sound like a healthy choice. I'm just gonna say if the Knicks win the NBA championship, New York
New York is
might be
falling.
leveled.
Bro, yeah, it could be blown up.
It's been crazy, dude.
Like it
I've
might be
seen
a
the videos.
wasteland, and
Yeah.
then when we were teaching kids in history class, why is there just a empty plot of land there? Oh, that used to be New York City. What happened?
And then the
Well,
Knicks happened.
yeah, then the Knicks happened.
And then Jalen Brunson happened.
Yeah, the Mavs didn't
Crazy.
want to pay him, so he just went to the Knicks. So you could also blame the Dallas Mavericks.
It's kind of crazy. A few years
you blame-
ago. Sorry, what were you saying, Ryan?
I was just saying you could blame the Mavericks for a lot, but yeah, go ahead, Tyler.
It's kind of crazy. A few years ago, Trae Young, Ice Trae, like completely destroyed them, and everyone was making a big deal about it. He was giving crap at the Garden, everything, and here they are. The Knicks are actually. They made trades. They've made the right guys. I feel like they made the right moves for the right guys. OG's a great addition. Cat's a great addition.
Oh yeah, both teams
In the
from that
finals,
trade.
it's crazy.
Both teams from the Cat trade are in the conference finals. So that's why
Yeah.
I want it to be
Yeah.
the revenge series for Cat. They traded me to here, and I'll agree.
That's
Julius
true.
Randle has been great
I'm gonna
this
say,
playoffs.
I don't want to sell him short. Julius has been awesome. Yeah, no doubt that they both won that trade. Honestly, you can't be mad at it.
Yeah, but then it's going to come down to who really wins the trade with the chip on the line.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't get into who
Give me
wins
some
that series. That was my prediction.
Tough ones, man. This is tough.
It's going to be good. I think the East one is going to be insane. I think it's going 7.
I think
Yeah,
there's
it very well
both of
could.
these series. I think both of these series could go 7.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler, do you have a prediction, or would you like me to go?
Yeah, I'll go. People have been saying that they don't have enough experience. They've been worried about their experience. I feel like they've actually shown us to this point. And if the Timberwolves turn the ball over like the Nuggets did against them, it's going to be very tough because the Timberwolves were turning the ball over a lot in every single playoff series they played. They just were good enough to get over it. I don't know if they can against the Thunder. I feel like the Thunder have shown us that they are that number 1 seed for a reason. And I think I'm going to go to Thunder, honestly. It's a tough one, though. I'm not, like, super confident in that because, they're young. They don't have the experience. But, yeah, I think I'm going to go OKC. And then, man, this is tough.
I do
I think I'm going to
that-
go Pacer. What were you saying?
I just think the East is harder to predict than the West.
It's really, it's a lot harder, no doubt. I think I'm going to go Pacers. Not super confident in it, but I like what they had more. The Knicks have letdowns sometimes. And, the Pacers never seem to, at least in the last series, really. So, yeah, I think they can continue it. It's their back-to-back finals appearances, Eastern Conference finals appearances. So, I think they get there.
I feel like an OKC and Indiana finals is just it'd be like never before seen, and because 2 small markets in the finals is just
And also, just offensively, that series would be nuts.
Be crazy.
I think both of those offenses are very high-powered. So, Jared, you're going...
And the Knicks
Wolves.
can be.
Yeah.
So it'll be
Exactly.
interesting.
Jared's going Wolves, Knicks. Tyler, you're going Thunder, Pacers. So exact opposite. I'm going to be a combination of the two of you. I'm taking the Timberwolves. We talk about we talk about the steps it takes to becoming a champion, and you have to have your lumps in the postseason. No team just immediately runs through it, and I think that the Thunder are so young and they need one more year to kind of take their lumps, and then going into next year, they will be the clear favorites in the West outside of the Timberwolves. I'm taking and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Pacers. I'm gonna go Indiana. I'm gonna take the high-powered offense. I think that actually, oh, dude.
I don't know. I'm just saying I like the Knicks
No,
because defensively, at the end of games when they needed to, Mikal
They do
Bridges,
lock up.
Cat.
Mikal Bridges is that guy.
Like I
Hmm.
know the trade is like awful, like 5
He
first
doesn't
rounders,
score for crap
but
though, man.
like he's been winning you playoff games, so it's like
Hmm. Defense is there.
so I will say this. I'm gonna go with Indiana because one, you have a coach who's been there and done that before, and he's taken out his teams have taken out harder opponents, and Rick Carlisle, who famously beat LeBron James and the Heat with the Dallas Mavericks, a very similar team. Like obviously the Pacers don't have an all-time legend like Dirk on that team, but the collection of talent that the Pacers
The
and the
shooters.
Mavericks had, a lot of
Hmm.
shooters, dynamic dudes, all at different points in the career. You have a Miles Turner, you have a
A lot of them are
Pascal,
all around guys too.
you have Hallie, right? And then for that Mavericks team, you had like a Jason Kidd who was later into his career, obviously. You had Tyson Chandler, you had Sean
The
Marion,
Jet.
right? You had all this this combination of like guys who just do one or two things really, really well, and I think that's what the Pacers have. And I just don't think that the Knicks have faced an offense this postseason as good as this Pacers. And actually, if you look at the numbers in the playoffs, the Pacers in crunch time, like final whatever of games, they've actually kind of like locked in, kind of like how you guys are saying about Bridges, right?
Hmm.
They actually lock in when they need to. So I'm gonna go Wolves Pacers, and then I don't know who I pick to win the championship if that happens, but when that does happen, we will make our picks. So we all
That's
have a
good because
different
I don't know.
final. Yeah, we all have a different finals prediction. So I mean that's fun. I think at
That's
least.
fun. Yeah.
yeah,
I
I'm
didn't
just
expect
glad. Go
you
ahead,
to
go ahead,
go
Tyler.
Wolves as well, honestly. But I get it. I get it. Honest, where it comes from. So makes sense.
I think both of these series could go 7 games though. I
Hmm.
like the Thunder are very good, and the Knicks are hella like they're fun. They're fun as hell. So
I'm just glad we're not like miserable making this finals prediction, because
we're
you
not like
Hmm.
I guess we'll go Warriors Celtics. Like
No, seriously.
dude, if that
like
was
it's
It's
actually gonna be
actually
Celtics.
fun. We actually have new teams. It
Yeah.
gives basketball more fun, like more fun for basketball fans. I think it'll be a lot better. I think a lot more people are going to watch, hopefully, because I think that's been the problem these past couple years.
I think if New York's in it, it'll get a lot of views, but I still think the same thing with if the Pacers make it too, just because it's somebody new.
I think for
Yeah,
TV purposes, like for what will make the best series would be Wolves Knicks probably, and
probably.
to and being in the finals, and then a New York team being in the finals would be, the best thing. But yeah, I think one thing that's cool about the NBA is that at least looking at this finals is that they're kind of like we're kind of in like a weird period where we haven't had a repeat champion in a long ass time, and then also they're focusing more on culture and like the GM mattering more and like building your team a certain way, and it's kind of looking more like the NFL
Yeah.
minus the rigged part,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Because then NFL,
I
I
wouldn't say
don't
the
think
NFL's too far off from the rig
it's
part, but
not their shit. No, we're not doing this. It's not even time yet.
Stop it,
Um,
Jared.
but I guess we can transition to the NFL now if you'd like.
well, what about
Um,
you? Don't want to talk about the draft lottery thing? I know you've been wanting to. Let's get that
You
out
can
of the
say
look,
way.
like
man,
2 seconds.
in the moment, I was pissed off, and I was like, "You got to be kidding me, dude!" But
A lot of people were. I mean,
it's
bro,
I
what are
don't
the
think
chances of that? Like, come on.
I just the thing, look, I just don't think that it would take a lot. There's reporters in the room when the draft lottery happens. There's individual company, like there's so much that would go into rigging something like that, and I just don't know if I can believe that that is happening. But I don't know, man. The NBA definitely has a track record of funny looking stuff. Let's just say that.
I think a team that makes the play-in should not have a chance at getting the number 1 pick.
Well, I agree, but also I just think that they should do the NFL thing and do the draft like normal freaking people. I think the lottery is stupid, and the people. I think the lottery overall is dumb, and I think the people that
It
are
is.
speaking up now, like, oh, the NFL should do this.
No.
Hell, they shouldn't,
No.
because no one in the no one in the everyone, no one in the NFL is trying to lose. That no one's trying to lose. That's the thing about the NFL. That
Well,
makes
maybe the
me-
Dolphins that
yeah.
one time. Maybe the Dolphins that one time, but
I just yeah.
for
I
Tua,
know.
tank for Tua, maybe, just that one time.
I just don't think that. I think the players care way too much, and it's their livelihood. And the average career span for an NFL player is so short. I just don't think it's like
I mean, a
They would-
perfect example of that is like the Browns were horrible. Myles Garrett still wanted to play. He didn't care. They
Mhm.
like some of those guys, their livelihood and everything, and their passion for it. Yeah, they're not caring about like tanking.
Yeah.
It's about pride. I feel like.
I feel like whenever you're seeing players trying to lose a game, like purposely, it's to get a coach fired. Because they just don't want to
yeah.
be around, like, follow that same voice
Good point.
anymore. Like,
Yeah.
for example, my Chargers did that against the Raiders when we got blown the hell out on Thursday Night Football. We did that,
That
to
was
get...
a team that was given up.
Yeah, that was... We wanted
Mhm.
Staley, and it got Telesco gone, and now we have Harbaugh. And I'm like, usually that's what it is. It was a team mutiny thing. It's not like, well, we're trying to tank to get the number 1 pick. But it's like, as long as you're staying competitive and not, like, outright losing just because, it's like, yeah, like, there's no need to. Because then what's gonna say about you if you're just purposely losing just to get a, good draft pick?
Yeah. Here is the, on screen right now, 2025 NFL strength of schedule. And yeah, based on last year and Vegas forecasted wins, the Niners came away with the easiest schedule, and we'll talk about the Purdy contract in a minute. But I just wanted to kind of get your guys' reaction. We're all of our teams are kind of like in the middle. Tyler, you have the hardest one
You were
at 20.
20. Dang.
And then me and Jared are right next to each other, 14 and 15. I feel, I mean, I don't feel bad, but like the Browns,
The Browns and the Giants. The Giants are the worst.
were picking very high last year, and I fully expect them to be picking again because their schedules are tough. Couple surprises, not surprises, but Kansas City has a very, very tough opening schedule and tough schedule overall. So if there's a year we're going to get them, Jared, it might be this year. Potential Super Bowl hangover,
Season from
rotation
hell.
on the offensive line. Yeah, the season from hell that we've talked about for multiple years now. This has to be the year, whether it's us or even the Raiders.
No,
Imagine
don't put that
Raiders.
thought. Don't put that thought out there. Don't. I do not want to see the Raiders either. You or me. Nobody else.
I do want to focus on the teams that are kind of in green. Some potential teams that I could see making the playoffs.
Oh, Bucks,
Obviously, I think
100%.
San Francisco is going to bounce back this year. I think they win 10 plus games, at least 10 games. And if they don't, then people are going to get fired.
Oh, yeah.
I think the Patriots having the second easiest schedule, you get Vrabel and Drake May in year 2. The AFC is loaded, but there is potential there. The Saints are going to be bad. I think the Falcons are going to be mid. The Bills are definitely going to be in contention for the best record in the NFL. They have an easy schedule, and a guy coming off Josh Allen won an MVP last year. Yeah,
he did.
Right.
At 5, yeah, yikes. They're gonna go crazy.
They might win the
Again,
East
a couple teams I think the Jaguars finally maybe getting a good head coach and Travis Hunter working out on both sides of the ball maybe. Trevor Lawrence bounces back. I think the
No.
Jags could vie for playoff contention.
No.
I know that the Panthers are going to be a very popular choice to make the playoffs as well, but they are not beating my Bakerneers. So if they're going to get in, they're going to have to be a wild card team.
Yeah.
Arizona,
I mean,
Indianapolis.
maybe they added some good defensive pieces in the draft.
Maybe if you get a throwback season, that's kind of crazy. I'm saying that because it's Kyler Murray, but if you get like a, early years Kyler Murray season, maybe. I think the Colts are going to be bad.
Enjoy Tyler Warren though. Until you get
Yeah,
possibly Arch Manning,
Tyler Warren.
if you're that bad.
Yeah.
If not the Penn State QB,
Are they
just pair
still
him
going to
up.
start Richardson or?
It's a QB battle.
I think it's going to be Daniel Jones.
Oh, okay, wow.
I think it's going to be Daniel Jones. So you got to read into the tea leaves, man, as I sip my tea.
I've just been drinking raspberry
You have to
lemonade.
read the tea leaves, and most of the Colts' social media posts,
Oh, yeah.
it's Daniel Jones throwing the ball to Tyler Warren when they're like
Wow.
advertising, look at our new draft pick, it's Tyler Warren. If most of the clips are Daniel Jones throwing it, probably because Anthony Richardson can't throw like a 5-yard out accurately. So yeah.
It's crazy how different you are with him compared to when he
Look,
first
man,
came in the league.
I receive new information and I adjust what I believe. That's just how it should work. And you can hold me to my old takes.
No.
You can do that if you want. But
No, I think that's great. No, definitely. You got to evolve.
Teams in the middle. I think Cincinnati, it's going to be tough because we don't know what's happening with Trey Hendrickson. Who knows? He probably, I don't know if he's playing another down for Cincinnati.
That's the report.
Washington, I think, is going to be good. Unless you get a sophomore slump from Jaden Daniels, maybe. It happened to Jordan Love. It happened to C.J. Stroud this year. Second year starting, they kind of took a step back instead of a step forward. Maybe you get that from Jaden Daniels. I think the Ravens are going to be good again. I think your Rams are going to be good again. Dallas, I think, could be in contention for like the number 1 pick, if I'm being real. I don't think the Cowboys are going to be very good.
All in.
Even with George Pickens?
All in.
I don't care about George Pickens. I think George Pickens is overrated as hell. So
probably not the greatest organization to go to either, with problems, with attitude problems.
Oh, Micah Parsons and George Pickens' weekly press conferences are going to be great. And then Dak is just sitting there like trying to put out the fire every single week.
CD's like way over there being like, what the heck is wrong with these
guys,
people?
At least Dak gets to go home and sleep on that bed he got from Sleep Number. You know those commercials.
This guy.
At least he goes and sleeps in a cooler bed than having to deal with that hot mess in the kitchen.
Oh my gosh! CD's gonna throw a fit.
He's like, "Why did I sign an extension here? I should have just waited."
If you got, any teams stick out to you guys, or we can move on to the Brock Purdy stuff. Or anything you want to say about your team schedule?
Mine, I want to say, I'm a little kind of worried that we're starting out with 3 straight division games. Brazil against the Chiefs, and that's our home game against the Chiefs, basically. So the next time we play them is in Arrowhead. And then we're at Raiders Monday night, so that's good. We play Friday, but then we don't play again until that next Monday. So, okay, we get a good extended kind of...
Brazil week 1?
Yeah. It's the Friday game.
That's weird to have first week.
It's on YouTube, too. So, it's easy.
That's strange to have first week, man.
That's
weird.
That's what the Packers and Eagles did last year.
Yeah.
That's true. You're right.
They better make sure that, quarterback with injury history, Herbert... they better make sure that field is in top tier condition because, man, I'm knocking on wood. I'm not even putting that in the atmosphere. Look, knocked on wood, we're good.
It's not Herbert I'm worried about. It's literally the entire effing team I'm worried about. It's not just Herbert. It's the entire goddamn team.
Yeah.
Hey, but if that's the game for Mahomes to finally suspend a pretty yard injury, that's the place. Because that man's not really been hurt at all. It's gonna happen eventually. Not that I want him to get hurt, but like, if he's gonna get hurt, that's the place. Then we're at the
Did
Raiders.
somebody get hurt there last year? Was it
Jordan Love
Jordan
yeah,
Love? Yeah,
Love
that's
did.
what I thought. Okay.
kind of derailed
Yeah.
the season.
So like if I lose Hampton or Najee in week 1, or Ladd, I'm crashing out on week 1. All right.
It's a good thing that you guys have the Raiders in week 2 before Ashton Genty can adjust to the NFL.
Yeah. I think
That's true.
I'll see how our defense can handle him, but obviously I think we're still better than the Raiders. Obviously, hopefully, we'll see. That's the Monday night game, and then home against the Broncos. So, because the next time we'll be playing Denver is in Mile High in week 18, and I hope to God that's not a winning in, because I swear to God I will be.
It's totally gonna be for both of us, and the podcast is probably gonna end over it. I'm gonna be real.
You guys are gonna.
It's good. We're gonna turn into Batman v Superman, except it's actually gonna be good.
Jared's gonna block me, dude. I swear.
No, I won't block you, but I might crash out over text.
I am not pulling any punches this season. I don't care.
And then, but minus,
like we're good.
Forget like those, taking out those 3 before we go on our bye in week 12, which is, I think it's the week of Thanksgiving or it's after, or at least before the December games hit. Our schedule literally goes Giants, Commanders, Dolphins, Colts, Vikings, Titans, Steelers, Jags, and Raiders again. I'm like, that's a good chunk where you just start racking up wins. I see maybe 1 or 2 losses in there. Possibly 1 to the Commanders, probably, we'll see. And the only other loss I could see maybe happening is the Vikings.
Yeah.
That's...
Well, we don't know how good J.J. McCarthy's going to be, so...
But that's why I say it, because of Brian Flores' defense, but...
Yeah.
I'm like, I see a lot of those being wins, because then the December schedule is literally Eagles, Chiefs, Cowboys, Texans, and Broncos. Those final 5 is going to be really telling. That's coming out of the bye week.
Well, Harbaugh did come out and say he wants to get Justin Herbert to the Hall of Fame, so you better start winning some important games here coming up. So,
yeah.
You want to talk about Brock Purdy a little bit?
Yeah, we can talk about Brock Purdy.
All right, so obviously everybody's waiting to see. Whoa, Brock Purdy got hurt. What's Ryan gonna say about it? Is he gonna crash out on Brock Purdy? Nah, man. I'm gonna be real.
Can I say sorry?
Go ahead.
My girl was talking to me. Can I say something about our schedule real quick?
Yes.
Don't love that we start with the Texans, gotta be honest, because he had a sophomore slump. Probably gonna be back this year. However, they did lose Stephon Diggs, so that's nice. But
their offensive line's bad too.
That's why I'm jealous you get him week 1.
I was worried about CJ Stroud.
I was hoping my team would get the Texans in Brazil because I'd be like, I want that revenge game so bad. But I got to wait till week 17. So.
Yeah. And then we face the Eagles there in week 3, so that'll be one hell of a game probably after the snow game, So that'll be interesting. Other than that, like the Ravens 3 weeks from there, that's a little, probably we'll lose that one. Maybe we'll win it, but I doubt it. Actually, no, we're not because it's there and it's a morning game, and no, I doubt we win that one.
You have a European game too. You have one.
We play in London, yes, against the Jaguars, which everyone loves the Jaguars and London games. But we'll see. Maybe we could take them out. That'd be cool. Other than that, like we got the Niners, obviously. I'm not really worried about them with all the people they lost. Like, obviously, we're gonna get into it, but like, I don't know. Like, they may have the easiest schedule, but a totally different team. So,
I think
the Seahawks, I'm not worried about really this year as much. What were you saying?
I'll talk about it when we get to the Brock Purdy contract. About the Niners.
Okay. We got your Buccaneers. That's going to be a tough one. Thankfully, we have them in LA, but it is a Sunday night game, so we'll see. It's gonna be interesting Sunday night in
Tyler,
LA.
do I need to
Prime
remind
time.
you what Baker did the last time he came to LA? He dropped
Bruh,
40
he was
on my
with
ass.
Me. Got you. Oh, against y'all, yeah. Yeesh. And yeah, other than that, I mean, pretty much the Lions is what sticks out to me after that. Everything else I'm not super worried about, unless the Cardinals are really good. But I don't know. We'll see. There's not too many tough games, really. I mean, I know we're like 20th, but I feel like a lot of winnable games still.
Yeah. I don't want to go through Denver's schedule, but
We're gonna win
best
it all.
case scenario
Is what you're gonna say. We're gonna win it.
Best
all.
case, no. Best case is 12-5. That's best case. Worst case, they take a step back and they're like 9-8 or something.
Ooh, yeah.
I think that's worst case.
You know
I
what
mean, worst
worry?
case is like everyone gets hurt.
What worries me is that from what I've seen, a lot of people are predicting a lot of team schedules. Like I hate it when they say the Chargers might win the AFC West this year. I'm like, stop, please. Don't put that expectation on us, please. No.
All right. Do Brock Purdy real quick, and then no. All right. So for Purdy, I'm indifferent about the contract, and we just actually got notified that he does have a no trade clause. So if you're wondering
Oh yeah,
why,
I just got that.
if you're wondering why, Brock Purdy, on average, is now the seventh highest paid quarterback or whatever, and not, let's say, Joe Burrow at $55 million. Why the Niners didn't offer him those $2 extra million? Brock Purdy is incentivized to sign that contract because he now has a no trade clause. I'll get this out of the way. Quarterback contracts are strange. They're weird.
That's for sure.
This is not a ranking of the best quarterbacks because
Dak Prescott being number one is crazy.
Patrick Mahomes is sitting down here tied for 14th with Kirk Cousins, right? And we know he's the best. So if you go down the list, Brock Purdy is at 7. He is not better than Jared Goff. He is not better than Justin Herbert. He is not better than Lamar Jackson. He is not better than Jalen Hurts.
Definitely
he's
not better than Jalen Hurts.
He's not better than Matthew Stafford. He's not better than Baker Mayfield. But I would say he has accomplished more than Tua, than Trevor Lawrence.
Damn, Trevor Lawrence gets paid that much?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I don't like the QB contracts are ridiculous now because they want all that top money. And what have Tua and Trevor done?
To do what? Yeah, exactly. They haven't done anything.
Love hasn't done anything either, right? So
true. He did go to the playoffs more than them, though.
So the quarterbacks, when they hit that time, usually they are the next guy up. They get paid the most if you are a good to great quarterback. You just have to be good enough. That's what Dak is, right? That's why Dak is the highest paid. You just have to be good enough. The Jaguars believe Trevor Lawrence is their franchise quarterback. I do too, to be fair. Tua, he has all the passing numbers, led the NFL in passing. He is good enough. He gets up there, right? For Brock Purdy, why is he not jumping Joe Burrow at $55 million? He stays at 53. Because, how do I put this? Because he has the no trade clause, he's incentivized to sign for less. Now the Niners cannot move on from him. Where I think the contract is a little bit of a steal, if you go average per year, the percentage of the cap. This is how much, percentage of the cap this quarterback in totality takes off the books, right?
Where
Burrow is up there. Exactly. Where is he? You have to scroll. He is 14th.
14th.
That is exactly around where I would rank Brock Purdy in terms of how good are you as a quarterback, right? There is Brock Purdy 14. This is a good number for him. Again,
Josh Allen being down there is criminal.
Do I think that, Brock Purdy is a top 5 quarterback? Hell no. Obviously not. You look at the total contract value, he's top 5. Just saying. So yeah, I mean, there's that, but again, the percentage of cap is good number. Contract per year, little high for me, but again, at least the Niners don't have this looming over their season, and they can focus on just winning football games because that's what they got to do this year. So that is my take on Brock Purdy. I'm not going to crap on him. I'm not going to talk a bunch of crap. I'm not, okay? So there you go. No crash out.
There will be
He has got no Super
once
Bowl.
the Niners start losing games. He will start crashing out, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, that being said, you have the easiest schedule in the league. You better win 10-plus games this year and make the playoffs. Because if you don't, Kyle Shanahan's one of the highest-paid coaches, and now Brock Purdy's one of the highest-paid quarterbacks. Changes will come. And they just signed the quarterback. So who's next in line right there?
Shanahan.
I think it would be insane to fire Shanahan, but sometimes you just need a change. So,
I mean, you think about all the guys they lost, though, man.
That
I agree.
defense is gonna be
Especially
certainly
defense.
something.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah.
Because their defense was nasty, bro. People feared their defense.
Mm-hmm. So again, yeah, better start winning games. That's all I gotta say. We want to talk MLB?
Yeah,
mean-
let's do it. Yeah. Who would have thought?
Our division's fun, huh, Ryan?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's stupid that the Giants are. By the
28
way,
19 in third. That's rough.
Giants would be leading like 3 out of the 6 divisions if they were in them. Giants have the best record in the major leagues against teams with winning records. By the way, they are the best in the major leagues against that. And somehow, some way, your Dodgers, who we all thought was going to be better, and the Padres, who we all thought was going to take a step back, are ahead. Shout out the Diamondbacks, I guess, but
They're
I don't know.
just the D-backs.
They've been hovering around 500 like the whole season.
Yeah, they can't get any momentum going. Like
Go Rockies! Woo!
It's not
8
even
wins.
10 wins on the season.
Insane.
That's awesome.
But yeah, man. I'm all the way in. I think the Giants are real. They are going to get a wild card spot probably, and I think they can make some noise if they match up with Padres or the Dodgers. There's potential for an upset there because of the familiarity of the teams and all that, the rivalry aspect. There is a potential there for an upset. But again, I just think that there's a couple things they need. They're adding different guys to the rotation. Verlander's kind of not doing good because he's old as hell, right? But Birdsong is getting added to the rotation now, so that's awesome. Nice to see, and just need more from Willie Adames too.
Yeah.
Once he finally gets going, the offense is gonna catch up to the defense and the pitching. So.
Meanwhile, with us, if you are a male around the age of 23 to 38 and can throw at least a fastball that tops around at least 90 miles per hour, report to Chavez Ravine as soon as possible because, my God, this pitching staff is made of glass.
All IL, all-star, all IL all-star team right there.
Tyler, I can't with this team right now.
It's crazy, bro. Like, it's every year. Why is it every year? I don't. It's like, is it something with our medical, like how we train? Like, what is it? I don't.
It's like when you come to the Lakers as like a great 3-point shooter, and then you just can't shoot threes.
Just can't shoot anymore.
Yeah, but
Right?
except when you come to the Dodgers, you're just always hurt. Like, you know what's funny, Tyler? Like, Teoscar is going to be back, like, tomorrow, so the offense is back.
Mm-hmm.
But why aren't none of y'all able to sustain, a healthy report card for, like, a week? I think Snell is starting to throw soon, so that's something that
Yeah,
I
he had
haven't.
a setback a while back. Like that
But
just
now it's like he's
You
going
like 60-day IL or something?
something like that. I don't know.
yeah.
I mean, he won't be back till like June then because
I
he went
need
on it.
Glass now back too, by the way. I need that guy back in my rotation for fantasy. So, like, come on, guys, what are we doing here?
Yeah. Oh, you need rotation help too. First time.
First time.
Uh, I mean, no,
Hey, I literally
I'm
run like
doing
2
just fine.
starting pitchers on my roster, bro.
Just
Doing
like the
just fine.
Dodgers, I have no rotation aside from like one guy. So
Yeah, Jared's been on about that the whole season.
yeah.
He doesn't. He never had a chance.
Who would have thought the Detroit Tigers would have the best record in the league with 31 wins and 16 losses?
They have the best record. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
Since starting the
and
season
a few Cy
0
Young winner on
and
the roster
3.
again.
Since starting the season 0 and
Drink Screwball's
3,
winning the Cy Young again.
they're 31
Damn,
and
back to
13.
back.
Dude, he's been nails this year.
Yeah, I
Dude.
know he's been nasty. I know.
unbelievable. Seeing him live is crazy too, dude. He's
He started out bad. That's what was funny, and then he like I think third start like he just became that guy again. It was like third or fourth start.
crazy.
And you might be wondering, how are the Twins in second? Well, they're just coming off a 13-game win streak, which got snapped today. So,
Wow.
are the Twins back? I don't know. They did this same thing last year where they had a 10-plus game win streak, and you saw
Yep,
what happened.
I remember that.
So, I
Mhm.
wouldn't put too much stock in the Twins right now. They are bound to crash and burn at some point. Cleveland, I'd still believe in because it's close. Right now, the Tigers got a good sizable lead. The American League West, good to see my Mariners are holding on strong. It's a lot closer than what it was at this point last year, because by this time last year, they had like a 10-plus game lead and looked like they were going to run away with it. But it seems the offense has been found. I would like a little bit of a better home record there. I don't like how they're just a little bit over 500 and that they have a better record on the road. But, hey, Seattle, just keep the course, keep going. Yeah, the Angels are all of a sudden kind of back in it because they decided to go ape shit on the Dodgers. But then, right when they play the next team they face, get ready for Sean Newell and all them boys to go back to being mid. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
The East, the Yankees have just come off a series win against the Mets. Cool, I guess. Yankees, you're doing okay, I guess. Red Sox, I need you to lock in, man.
I will say this. I get that it's cool about Judge and all, but like, I just don't care. Like he's playing great, obviously. I just don't like again like it's like
Bro, he's been insane.
I get it, but
Just
like
saying.
I want to
Like,
see this in the postseason. This is
Yeah.
James Harden. I don't
True.
care. I'm sorry, I don't care. So that's kind of like he's insane, and he's
hitting
probably
around 400 almost the entire season so far is pretty freaking wild.
It is. He's gonna win it. He's gonna win another MVP. But again, I don't care about it till the postseason. Sorry. Sue
No,
me.
that's fair. I get it.
Yeah,
I want to know who's on a tear for them. Belly. Lately, he's been crazy.
Yeah, he had a grand slam.
I think he went like 3 for 3. Yeah, 3 for 3 with a grand slam.
I do want to talk about the Orioles, specifically in their firing of manager Brandon Hyde. Yeah, I get it. You kind of need a change at this point, but what is that man supposed to do when the general manager wants to just penny pick and sign 40-year-olds for the starting rotation rather than try to re-sign Corbin Burns or, I don't know, maybe not prospect hug and not trade for guys because, Jesus, this is a young core you are wasting away. Do you know how long those Orioles fans had to sit through a rebuild? And when they finally got it, they got a 100-win season in 2023. Didn't win it. And last year, it was like, okay, now's the year
playoff appearances.
no wins, hardly scoring any runs. And it's like, Now they're going to be bottom of the division again. So now you're going to look at this and go,
yeah.
Being under the Rays is crazy.
And we all thought that I don't know, I don't remember our division rankings. We all thought I think we all thought it
They
was
were
a two-way
second.
battle
like
Two-way.
second.
Yeah.
between them and the Yankees. I know that a couple we're on the Red Sox too, but we thought they were going to be in the mix for this division, and they are not good. The rotation's bad. I mean, it's
just when you try to they just DFA'd Kyle Gibson like today or yesterday, and I'm like, shocker.
Yikes.
His first stint with them was fine a couple years ago, good, but it's not gonna work the second time, bro.
You can't always go back to the same guys. Yeah,
like
a lot of teams like to do that.
Like, what'd you expect signing a 40-year-old instead of starters? I mean, I don't know. Corbin Burns was out there for the longest time. So was Max Fried. He was available. I'm trying to think of other starters that were there this offseason, but those are the main two I can think of. Snell, we all know, signed pretty early, so I can't say Snell.
Eduardo Rodriguez.
No, he was still on the D-backs.
Or was he still on the D-backs?
That was the previous offseason, but
yeah, that was last year. You're right.
There was a couple good pitchers, and they just didn't sign them, and I'm like, really? You can't even trade? You have one of the best farm systems. I don't know. You saw the Royals trade Brady Singer. You couldn't have gotten in on that. Gave the Royals just a bat. I get they're in the same conference.
For Severino or something.
Well, Severino was also a free agent too, and he signed that contract with the A's. But again, their GM's a penny pincher. This is exactly what is wrong with baseball. People cry.
Flaherty was right there.
Yep.
Right.
Flaherty was.
Kikuchi was there.
Kikuchi. Yep.
Yes.
Scott. I mean.
Yeah, Scott's a reliever, but their bullpen's fine. It's
they have a great bullpen. I mean, not great, but they did.
Yeah, but with the starting pitching, it's there's no point to deploy those big arms when you don't have a lead to protect and you're constantly playing from behind. They'll only go out there.
Last couple of years, they've had one of the best 8-9 inning tandems.
Yeah,
and it's the starters. I mean, you gotta have starting pitching. Everybody knows that. That was the Angels' problems for years and years and years.
Mm-hmm. And you can't even say they have it right now because they still kind of have nobody. They just threw in a couple of guys. And this is the problem. People, these poor-ass owners still crying for a salary cap. No, we need a floor because what are the Pirates doing right now? No word on a contract extension with Paul Skeens yet. And people might say, oh, but it's you only had 1 year. Buddy, Michael Harris played one season for the Braves and then immediately got extended before that season ended. Just lock up your young players to those team-friendly deals after 1 year. If it's a low risk, but it's keeping them there long term, buy out their RBers so it's okay. Because that decreases the chance of them getting non-tendered. But no, now we're going to be on every trade deadline going forward, every offseason. It's where's Paul Skeens going to get traded? What's the trade package? Who's going to have the best packages? Let's be honest, it's going to be either the Dodgers, the Yankees, maybe the Red Sox, because they have a good farm system too.
I mean, he could just refuse to sign a contract, and he is from Cali, so we got 3 teams right here.
The Padres' farm system is at this point nuked, so I don't see them unless they include Ethan Salas.
No, I just mean if he's a free agent, he could just go wherever he wants. He doesn't have to get traded.
True. Yeah.
If he just refuses to sign, even the
after his rookie contract.
If the A's move to
Vegas is in 2 years.
Move to Vegas, that's that's prime time right there. That's Vegas plus
to have Skeens, man. Yeah,
that would be the ideal fit for me. But
they can call Livy Dunn LV Dunn. There's that option right there. Hey, go join a great rotation in the Mariners, but I doubt they'd be able to afford you because their GM is also a penny pincher. So
they have an insane rotation, man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'm just glad they are
top of the division.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm just hoping they can keep it this time.
I did not know that.
Hoping they can keep it this time and not blow it. So
that division is really close.
Tyler, I'm gonna go ahead.
I'm
gonna go ahead and read off the Dodgers' remaining schedule for May here. So we got the Diamondbacks next for 3, starting tomorrow, and then we go to New York, the Mets, and then we go to Cleveland, And then World Series rematch, Yankees at home.
Oh wow.
So if these boys do not lock in, I swear to God. Because the whole point of that offseason was we're not looking to buy at July. Well, buddy, it looks like you might be looking to buy.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're going to go through this again where we only have 2 healthy starters and bullpen has to do all the work. And right now they lead the MLB in innings pitched for a bullpen. It's just, oh my God. That series was not fun. That's all I will say. But hey, that Chargers release video for their schedule.
Oh God.
What do you do?
You know it's the off season when Charger fans are excited about the schedule release video.
That's all I have. That's all the
I was
only
gonna say,
joy I
that's
get.
Hey, the
highlight.
Minecraft was pretty cool.
It
Honestly,
was-
yeah.
it was-
I saw a lot of articles saying that it was definitely one of the top ones.
Yeah, I just hate it when people go like, "Oh, I know the Chargers shouldn't be talking." I'm like, buddy, have a laugh. What are we just supposed to say? This is who we're playing because we're a bunch of like losers. Like, I mean, I get it. We lose a lot, but like, buddy, we're gonna have fun and poke fun at it. If you can't take a joke, go cry in the corner.
Yeah.
Or
get
you,
the
or
regular
if you
joke, yeah.
if you want to say it to my face, you can come see me at AX. We'll have a good time. We'll do anime stuff. We'll go to the Yard House right across the street, have a beer and whatnot. Come on. I'm open to talking football with people. Because we'll be at that point. But yes.
Well, I guess we should probably wrap it up, huh?
We should.
All right, let's,
do we want to give
we
the
got-
announcement of what the people can look forward to?
Yeah. So I was texting you guys in the group chat. We've got a couple announcements as well as our songs of the week. So what would you rather do first, announcements or songs of the week?
Announcements. We'll do
Do your
song of the week for
announcements.
last.
You
Okay.
got the job.
Nah, that's old news, man. So I have multiple announcements. Number one, I'm unveil. You guys have seen this. I'm gonna unveil to the people, and they will see this on the run. You know, if they click on this episode, we are
Oh yeah.
officially rebranding a little bit, an updated logo. So yeah,
That's sick, man.
there's logo number 15 million. I worked a long time with AI to make this, so the AI is annoying and does not follow directions very well. But we got it done eventually, and here we
Sounds
are.
about right.
Yeah, and people
Yeah, here
like
we
to
are.
claim that AI is the future. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It
but it's
is-
dumb too.
has a hard time following instructions. But yeah, here we go. Time of possession, new logo. We have the stopwatch to kind of, go with the time stuff as well. And it's kind of like the podcast mic. It doubles as that. And I got the sports we cover in there, football, basketball, baseball with gold accents. I thought that was really sharp, looked really good. We will also have a YouTube channel. This episode will be the first on YouTube. And yeah, to go along with Spotify updates, we're going to be on YouTube as well. And I will be running that and managing that. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe on all the platforms that you listen to us on. That is announcement number one. Okay. I just sent you guys announcement number two. Check your phones.
Let's go. Ryan is coming back.
I thought you, bro. Wait, like for good? I thought you were gonna say that.
I'm coming to visit. That's all. I'm coming to
That's
visit
cool.
in beginning of June. So, if Tyler, if you're in the valley during that time period, we can
Dang.
meet up. But Jared, for sure, I want to meet up with you. And
I may have
yeah,
to make a weekend trip down, man. Dang.
so yeah,
That's cool. You're coming to Fresno? Okay.
You know what?
Nice.
You haven't seen Thunderbolts yet. We'll go see that.
ooh, that's that. We might have to.
I'd be
That'd be-
down.
Have you seen it,
yeah,
Tyler, or
that'd be
no?
cool.
No, I have not. but
Okay,
I know it's
I'm
good.
taking you both to see it. If you come down, Tyler. But Ryan, for sure, we're
Alright,
going to
yeah.
see it.
Okay, for sure. Sounds good. So yeah, new logo, people. There you go. I'll leave it up on the screen for right now. Let's do our song of the week, and if whoever wants to kick it off can, or I can kick it off if you guys need me to.
I have one. I'll go first.
Okay,
It
I gotta write this
is
down.
okay. It is "Sail Away" by 2 Trains Left and Chunk No Captain Chunk.
2 trains left,
Yes.
and who?
Chunk No Captain Chunk. So
Chunk?
Chunk,
No.
no, Captain Chunk.
if you've seen the Goonies, you'll get that reference.
Oh, okay.
That's what the reference is to.
Okay. Chunk? No. Captain Chunk. Okay. We're gonna look into it, and obviously the viewers, you guys can see the full list that we have right now going. So yeah, maybe it'll be a playlist one day on Spotify or Apple Music. Tyler, do you got one, or do you want me to go?
I'm looking. Go ahead.
Okay.
Jeez.
So here is my next one. This song is called "Hit and Run." Actually, it's not "and." It is the "and"
It's an
song.
N or N sign. Okay.
Yeah, "Hit and Run" by Toby
McGuire?
Blue
Oh.
and Barada, and it's featuring a bunch of people, but I'm not going to write them out. It's featuring, I can read it right now. It is featuring Chief Keef.
Hold on.
It is featuring Saba, and
What?
it's featuring someone named Internet Boy. So, and I know
feel
what
like
you're
I've heard
thinking.
of that.
I know what you're thinking. Chief Keef. Oh, this is about to be like some crazy headbang or whatever.
It's not.
It is not. It is like it's like some house music rap combined with like a little bit of disco, and it's really really interesting, and we'll listen to it after this. Obviously, it's
Okay.
very interesting to hear the people that are on this kind of go into this genre, and it's honestly become like one of my favorite songs that I've listened to the last couple of years. So, "Hit and Run" by Toby Lou and Ferrata. Tyler, you got one.
Gosh, bro. Oh man, I have so many songs. It's a little bit different of a. All right, yeah, I'm gonna go with this just because this is very different than like most of everything we have.
Sure.
It's called La Bandera.
Wait, what?
La Bandera. Let me say it in an English way.
Spell that for me.
La, bro, you don't know Spanish? A little
No.
bit, like not even la, like the word la.
Law.
Space band, and then put ERA at the end. Dera, Bandera.
Okay.
It's by Dioro and Santa Fe Con. Clon.
Wait.
It's not Con, actually, it's Clon. Santa
Santa-
Fe and then
How you spell Faye?
KLAN. No, bro. God, Lee. Faye's FE. Oh my gosh, bro. It's like you.
I'm not.
Gosh,
Dude,
You're
dang.
ridiculous.
hit me.
You're
Uh,
good. Huh? Yeah. Did you hear her?
Santa Fe what?
Did you hear what she said or no? Sorry, that was funny.
I didn't know.
She was like, leave it to the teachers to not know how to spell because she doesn't know how to
Honestly, she's right.
spell all the
You
time.
should be ashamed of
I don't know what's
yourself as a
going
teacher.
Spanish though. I don't like
Santa
come on.
Fe- Fe's a
Okay, but like
place.
Santa Fe's a place, bro. Are you serious?
Dude,
It's fine.
not
Santa Fe.
a geography guy.
You got it. So it's that and then KLAN. Just like that. I don't know. Yeah, I thought it was con, but it's clon.
Okay.
Yeah. It's cool.
Alright,
Trust me. It's got a cool beat.
Okay. Those are the three. I've highlighted them right now for the viewers to see. Hit and Run by Toby Lou. Enverada, Sail Away by 2 Trains Left, and Chunk No Captain Chunk. What the hell is that name?
Bro, you want to talk about a name?
And then La Bandera by Dioro and Santa Fe Clan or Clan?
Yeah.
All right.
Technically,
There you
Dioro
go.
spelled DEORRO, but it's fine.
You know, just give me a break, man.
It's fine, man. No, I was just letting you know. Oh my gosh.
Damn it, bro.
That's funny.
Uh,
Honestly, all of my songs are like so different, like genres. Like every single one's completely different.
Okay. Alrighty, well, with that song of the week, anyways, guys, we will see you guys in the next one.